Hello there. How many times have you been told that Brexit is ruining the NHS and that already EU nationals are leaving in droves? Would you like to hear what is actually happening? Every day we are bombarded with claims by Remainers that the NHS is on the verge of collapse because of its almost total reliance on EU nationals to keep it functioning, and that because of Brexit they are all leaving and only an empty husk will be left. The evil xenophobic Brexiteers are ruining our beloved NHS, they wail. We are constantly warned of the imminent healthcare emergency and third world status that Brexit will bring to the NHS. Have I left anything out? But there is a lot that these charlatans don't actually tell you. But Mark Tinsley, writing in Brexit Central, and an article in Kingdom Comment give you the real lowdown on all of this, using actual NHS data. Maybe a lot of EU workers are leaving the NHS, but more are coming in to replace them, and as a result we have more EU nationals working in the NHS now than we did before the Brexit vote. The number of EU nationals working in the NHS rose as an absolute number and also as a percentage of the workforce. Here's another stat for you. The UK population grew by 2.4% between December 2013 and April 2017, but the NHS grew by 6.72% to a total workforce of 1.18 million. That put 74,676 more people in the NHS, about the size of Oxford's population. Does that sound like an indicator of imminent collapse to you? EU nationals make up 7.4% of the UK workforce as a whole, but they account for only 5.2% of the NHS workforce, so the NHS is less reliant on EU nationals than the rest of the economy is. Professor Ian Manning, chair of the Independent Migration Advisory Committee, when giving evidence to the House of Lords in 2016 said, "The share of EEA workers in health and social care is lower than the national average, so this is not actually a sector which is hugely exposed." Believe it or not, the NHS is more reliant on workers from the rest of the world, as they make up 6.4% of the NHS workforce, but only 3.9% of the UK workforce as a whole. In his article, Mark Tinsley says, if the NHS is really over-reliant on non-UK staff, it is on Indian doctors, who equal 23 EU states combined, Filipino nurses, more than 24 EU states combined, and cricket-challenged Australian ambulance staff, more than every EU nation combined. Yet these rarely get mentioned when talking about the contribution of foreign NHS staff and the openness of the UK to the world after Brexit. And although the number of EU nurses in the NHS has fallen slightly, the number of EU nationals working in other areas of our National Health Service has increased after the referendum. Also, the number of nurses from the rest of the world in the NHS has also increased. So much for racism and xenophobia driving people away. In March 2013, the Chief Executive of NHS Employers told the House of Lords that recruiting from the EU was a get-out-of-jail-free card for not planning our workforce properly, and that the NHS should be rightly criticised for it. And an NHS sustainability report said that NHS workforce strategy has been poor, with too much reliance on overseas recruitment. The government should go to greater lengths to secure a reliable supply of well-trained professionals and other health and social care workers from within this country. The report also quotes Ian Cumming, the Chief Executive of Health Education England, who said, "We believe that, as the fifth largest economy in the world, We have a moral duty to produce the healthcare workforce that we require for our National Health Service, and we should not be reliant on recruiting from other countries. That is absolutely not the same as saying that we do not welcome the opportunity for people from other countries to come and learn here and work with us. That so many of our Remainer politicians and media are prepared to mislead the general public over the NHS post-Brexit is disgraceful. I have more apt words that I could use, but I will not employ them here. Talk about shamelessly weaponising the NHS. Not only is it a nasty thing to do, it also damages the very organisation they pretend to want to protect. I wonder what else they're lying about. We should all thank Mark Tinsley and Kingdom Comment for their work. I have left links to the relevant articles below in the description box and at the end of this video, where there is a whole lot more interesting information. I ask you all to carefully read this important material and spread it as far and wide as you can, as it proves that the NHS is safe after Brexit. It also gives you the ammunition you need when a Remainer trots out their usual NHS propaganda on social media. No wonder Remainers are so keen to get hold of those secret Brexit impact reports, because the stuff that's in the public domain keeps destroying their case. But they still try to lie about it. Anyway, what do you think? Please leave a comment below. Thank you. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.